The defense in this cross-examination of witness Wahyu Hanafi today put forth that there was no dishonesty on the part of the 6 accused persons in the CHC trial. There was nothing to hide, and lawyers were aware of transactions for the crossover project. Defense counsel established that lawyers and auditors were consulted on the processes relating to the crossover project. Kong's lawyer Edwin Tong presented the court with emails showing detailed concerns about CHC's cash flow. Kong had asked Serena Wee to ensure that auditors and lawyers looked at the processes of the transactions. It was also established that Wee exercised active scrutiny to ensure that the budgets and proposals from Justin Hertz made sense for Extron, and that any plans for profit sharing in the US album would only go ahead after Extron breaks even. Legal documents also showed that Sun Ho did not profit personally from the crossover project. Hanafi agreed that $1.5 million in album sales was an ultra-conservative projection for the US album. The approach for the US album was conservative on estimates and aggressive on pushing costs down. Kong had also stressed on planning for an exit strategy for Extron should the crossover project in the US fail. Andre Manyam, senior counsel for Wee, clarified through Hanafi that Wee's role in the crossover project was an administrative role concerning budgeting and not one of decision-making. The re-examination by DPP Tan Kiat Peng this afternoon once again brought the secret letter of assurance into play. The prosecution brought up evidence that another copy of the letter was seized at Hanafi's residence at that material time. DPP Tan sought to establish that Hanafi had seen or was aware of the terms of the letter prior to June 2009. Hanafi insisted that he had convinced his father-in-law based on the assurance from CHC that the convertibility option was applicable only to his 80% share in Ferna. He was not aware of the terms of the letter until it was sent to him in 2009. Although it was the prerogative of the church to exercise the convertibility option, Hanafi was confident he could underwrite the CHC Ferna bonds at that time. Defense counsel also questioned the said evidence as the prosecution could not explain some handwritten notes made on the documents seized. The prosecution stated that they were in no position to answer that. DPP Tan then questioned Hanafi on the redemption of both the CHC Ferna and Extron Ferna bonds, as well as the bridging loan from AMAC Capital, claiming that Hanafi might not be very clear in his mind regarding these transactions. Hanafi confirmed 3 things. 1. Ferna issued bonds to CHC in 2008 because he needed funds to repay the debt to Ultimate Assets as well as for Ferna's working capital. 2. With regards to the restructuring from CHC Ferna bonds to Extron Ferna bonds, it made little difference to Ferna since it was just a change in lender. And 3. After investigations started in 2010, Wahyu decided to redeem the Extron Ferna bonds to prove that Ferna had the ability to take on a loan from banks and sustain the higher interest. The prosecution expects to complete re-examination of Wahyu Hanafi by tomorrow morning. For more information, log on to citynews.sg. I'm Sandy Yeo for City News, Singapore.